Hi everyone, my name is Kaaya and I'm a rising sophomore at Saratoga High School. So for my starter project, I chose the Simon Says game without Arduino. I chose this project because I wanted to get good practice with soldering with an easy and fun memory game. It ended up being a perfect project for me because I never soldered before and it gave me really good practice for my main project. After I was done with my starter project, I started my main project, the third eye flip line. So the third eye flip line uses an ultrasonic sensor to detect obstacles within 50 centimeters of it. So I chose this project because I wanted to make something that was beneficial to other people besides me, and also because, it was something really cool. The name describes it also, and it's designed to help people navigate where they're walking. So now for a quick demo, you can see that the ultrasonic sensor isn't detecting anything within 50 centimeters, so the vibrating motor and the piezo buzzer and the LED aren't doing anything. Once I bring something in front of it, the vibrating motor, I can feel it on my skin, you guys can all hear the buzzer, and the LED will light up. So if I bring it closer, it'll beat with more frequency. If I take it higher away, it'll beat slower. So basically, this project consists of an ultrasonic sensor which receives and transmits sound waves, an Arduino, which is basically the brain, a vibrating motor, a piezo buzzer, which emits sound waves, and then an LED. So as I described earlier, the ultrasonic sensor will sense if there's any obstacles within 50 centimeters, and it'll let the vibrating motor, the piezo buzzer, and the LED know. And then that will notify the user that there's an obstacle and that they need to move out of the way. So one of my main obstacles with this project was probably soldering all the wires on the back of the PC board. You can't see it right now, but there's a lot of wires to connect all the components together. And so I had a couple of struggles because there were so many wires to keep up with, and also because oftentimes I had to solder multiple wires at one joint, which was really hard to do because if I had to add another wire, the heat of the soldering iron would remove the previous wire that I'd put on, so I had to go back and resolder that, which was really tedious, but it taught me to be patient, and also it taught me a lot about soldering. Also, if I had to add another modification to my project, it would be to go back and desolder some of the mistakes that I've made on the back of my printed circuit board. So as you can see, as soon as I give my project power, the vibrating motor and the piezo buzzer will go at the same time, but actually the switch is supposed to control that, and since I had soldered some of the wires wrong, the switch has no say in that, and both of them will beat at the same time. So it's nothing bad, but for the future modification would be to go fix that because it's less shock for the user then. And then also it would be to make multiple of these modules so you can have two for both your hands, for your knees, and also for your back, which is more realistic for the person using this so that they'll actually know every obstacle on all sides of their body. And then my overall experience at Bluestamp has been extremely rewarding and fun. I've learned a lot of skills that I can use in robotics and later on in my life. For example, I learned how to use an ultrasonic sensor and how to code on Arduino, which are things that I've never done before. Also, it was extremely rewarding to make my project by myself, with a few exceptions, with help from my mentors, because that's also something that I've never done before. And I've also learned a lot of life skills to be patient and never give up, because there were some days that I had not made any progress with my project, but I didn't let that interfere with how much progress I made the next day. I'm also really happy that I attended Bluestamp because I met a lot of people who've become my friends over the last 4 weeks. I'm really proud of what I've done this summer, and I've had a great time with Bluestamp. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions?
So with this type of design, would they have to walk straight like this in front of them?
So the ultrasonic sensor works better when it's at an upright angle, and it's less stable when it's at another angle. So it's preferred if you walk straight, but I guess it's a little less reliable when it's at an angle, but it'll still work.
What is the level of the sensor? So for example, the bird is flying,
Right.
Will it detect that it's an object?
Okay, so I think it kind of depends on the speed of the bird as well, because the ultrasonic sensor is using sound waves to detect if there's an object there or not, so it also depends on how fast it's flying, if the ultrasonic sensor is able to detect that or not. If it's slow, it may be able to catch it, but it's probably something that's more stable, something that's stationary.
So if you had let's say you're approaching a wall, there's a hole, so it won't know that there's a hole.
Yeah, so that's one of the problems with this thing better if I had something bigger. Like, yeah, if I had multiple on both my arms, then at least one would be able to catch it. Same with my knees. It's just more reliable if I have more modules.
So, first of all, I have a compliment. It's so, even it's so rare. I mean, you can't see any other eyes, which I think must have been very happy.
Yeah.
So, great job on that.
Thank you.
And then, the thing is, like, this is more about maybe the person is moving, like, let's say the blind person is crossing and the car coming fast. So you want to take the speed at which the car is coming and maybe give a signal. There's the velocity of the object that's approaching.
So that's something that I haven't done yet. I'd definitely say that there could be a future modification. So my project was basically on stationary objects, so that's only what I've incorporated into my code right now, but that could definitely be a future modification to like see if there's cars coming and to calculate how far the car is so I have enough time to move across the street. That would definitely be a future.
That's a great answer.
Was there any measuring of the latency between the time the ultrasonic sensors see the object and when it buzzes you or beeps you or how long between?
So, I mean, for me, I didn't really measure the time difference, but as soon as something was approaching it, you could see that if something was closer to it, it'll beat a lot faster, and if it goes away, then it'll beat slower because you have more time.
How do you measure the 50 centimeters and closer? Is it through coding or?
Yes, it's in my code. It's an if statement in my code. Yeah.
Have you used it?
What? Like
Have
this?
you like blindfolded yourself?
No, I haven't blindfolded myself yet. That's definitely something to try though.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
It's
Thank
just-
you.